I was the first kid at a multiracial school. Esikolweni I'm being told I'm too dark. People are telling me that I'm overweight. Even matric, my final speech, I prepped that thing to the T. But when I got up to do that speech, I didn't even utter one word. Because when I'm looking at these people, I'm looking at the same people that are teasing me and bullying me. I don't know if I should say this on a podcast.
Say it. If it's too much, we'll cut it for you.
Now we've got securities all over these toll gates. Every freeway you can think about the security. You know when these pellet guns that look real start coming into fashion? They were still new.
Hey, Sanbona Ninja Lapo Lungile Maduna, also known as Dr. Maswiti. Welcome to a brand new episode of Sweet Talk. Namhlanje, I got you a very, very, very lovely episode. I went and I spoke to a very good friend of mine. I think I've known him now for about 5, 6, 7 years. We go way back, and I thought, Uguti, who best to start this episode with except Lerato Sennelo? Come on, Lerato Sennelo!
Combined is a problem.
There's a problem, but it's a nice life problem.
Yes, but yes, we've known each other for a long, long time. It's been an interesting journey, bro.
Yes.
Now we are doing this thing. It's a pleasure. I'm honored for you to invite me.
Thank you.
No, I'm scared. But yeah.
But I think Yonkinto is going to be very educational for Abantu, because what I wanted is for people to get to know that, this opportunity and the things that we do, basically are presenting ordinary people, but we are basically here to tell extraordinary stories. It's not like an everyday story that people will see on the streets.
Yes.
But that's the reason why I wanted to have you here. But before we start, please introduce yourself to Abantu Abakhona and just tell them, Ubani Lerato Sennelo.
Ubani Lerato Sennelo. The thing is, it's a big question. But yeah, I grew up kancane Soweto, from Soweto, Spruit View. I always like to say the story because for me it's important. I was the first kid at a multiracial school, a Sacred Heart, 1988, I think. So you can see good die. Apartheid was still rife back then. Yeah, it was nice. That thing was nice until primary was the best thing. Go on a pool party, sleep over, pull up to slow, man. Yeah. This is your life, it's slow. And then high school came, now 1994 hits. Now we got freedom. And now there's all of these black people coming. Your own kind.
Yes.
Yeah, but still, the problem was now is I had all of my friends were white kids. But man, now they're starting to see with Norman. When you're not like us. You are more like these people. Then now they're telling me, no man,
yes,
go plumb with your kind.
Yeah.
For the first time now, I'm starting to see what good and race. The same people that have embraced me as their friends. I've been to their houses. I grew up like them. But now they're like saying, Mamela rock and roll, bro.
Kabang.
Or whatever black people, I don't know what they're listening to.
Yeah. So
now I'm trying to, now let me go chill with Abantu Bafanana. Now when I'm going there, Angasi Zulu. I don't know Tswana. So I can't even relate with them at the same time. Didn't take long for them to say, bro, one of us. Go hang with your people. So now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. To make things worse, bro, I've been overweight my whole life. This thing here, weight is something. Although man, you must is bigger. And 5 years back,
yeah.
So angas.
Yes.
But Esikolweni I'm being told I'm too dark. People are telling me that I'm overweight. So even my
self-esteem
is very bad. To the point where like you don't want to be around people. So that was my high school up until even matric. I remember matric. My final speech say English. They give us this topic. They say we must choose a letter of the alphabet from my head. I get music. So I prepped that thing to the T. But when I got up to do that speech, I didn't even utter one word. For the whole minute, I was just sitting there. I couldn't, because when I'm looking at these people, I'm looking at the same people that are teasing me and bullying me. Sit down.
Back trigger,
you know. So after matric, abazali, my parents were middle class. They're pretty well off. They're not like doing the best, but at least they had the thing to say, go to university.
Yes.
I mean, in my mind, I'm like, heck no. Lagna bantu khona. I'm in my mind, I'm thinking university is going to be the same thing as a high school. Kutangi lapho labazongwara khona ukuthi ngisidudla ngemnyama ngasi isiZulu. I'm not doing that vibe. But funny enough, within that year, so I took a year break, convinced myself to take a year break. And I was lucky with I had parents that encouraged entrepreneurship. Then I started reading books. So what happened in high school when I started hating people? In my mind, freedom has always been
Yeah.
so every time I'd be sitting as if I just had a car and money, I don't have to be here at school. I don't have to be in this environment. I could be wherever I want to be. So even when I left high school, I still had that mindset.
Yeah.
Those two things. I think that's why I'm so in love with cars right now.
Yeah.
That I think about it.
Yes.
Back then. I started reading books on how do you actually make money.
Yeah.
And I was reading a lot of books. Read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Funny enough, the only thing that stuck out of me from that book is if you want to make money, you've got to learn how to sell.
Yes.
So then I got obsessed with how you start to learn how to sell.
Yes.
Bro, I started selling a perfume in my taxi rank. You fail, Anje. You know, imagine you are scared of people.
Yes.
So you haven't really dealt with yourself. So even if you're going taxi rank, you've got a product.
Yes.
But now to talk to people to say, here's a product I'm selling.
Yes, sir.
See, taxi rank, you know. But if I think about it, I was actually taking the first step to doing something.
Yes.
Even though I was rejecting myself before I speak to them, but I was already doing something. You know, and even then I didn't quit because then I said, okay, there was a African bank that opened up a Sprayview shopping center. They were not hiring according to your credentials. Just taking anyone.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to fear it agents and phone service, but we got a sales job as a salesperson. I think it was about 3 months. But even then, my job was just to go to that office and socialize with everyone else. I didn't really sell anything. I was supposed to go out and tell people about what African bank and give them loans. But I never ever stepped out of the office. My job was to go from the home to the office and socialize. Just have fun.
Yes.
Still, I'm still saying I need to learn how to say.
Yeah.
Time I'm ling confront man. I said but we don't see. In a direction.
Yes.
It's a time man for things. Time I'm not normal. Malum or his best friend. After 7 years half pop. It's in Kumena at least act 3.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting into a proper formal environment.
Yes.
You're 10 years where they give you targets, what you must do. You must actually produce every month. But still, it's the same Lerato Samabantu who hates people in just a different environment. You know, so even then now, Mighty Man, first of the month, they give us targets. We want so many policies, wada. Joe, for the whole year, the only police I signed was my mother and my father. You want to find policies, so let's sign it. But at the other times, I just go to the office. In the office.
Yes.
So he's told Kekeleza and Jebramfontein. He say Audi, VW, say Small Street. That's my job. But the problem with AFPOP is that every month end, they grill you. Number 1 low, number 2 low, number. What number 0? It's obvious. It's obvious. It's an obvious case. So that was another psychological what. But luckily enough, Fetungulungulu is something else. He brought this guy who was number 1 top seller. This guy's car broke down. And he comes to me and says, hey man, I don't even know why you are coming here. Like, why are you coming here? Young boys, hey man, Bob Jacob, I want to learn how to sell. This is all I want. I want to learn how to sell. So he says to me, no, if you can convince anybody to borrow you a car, then I will teach you how to sell. Uzohamba nami.
Yeah.
La ngiyakhona.
Yes.
Uzohamba nami. Angifuna ngithi nendlini angazi ukuthi God was before me or what. Olady bekasebenza igospel uthatha imoto yakhe uhamba ngayo athi mina uzongithatha ekseni ungidrope thatha imoto uhamba emsebenzini. And that was a change in everything because every time I think about what this guy did, it blows my mind because there's two ways of selling. You can sell to just anyone on the street, or you can go to the company, negotiate with the firm to say when these people sign policies, it don't say imali qala before they get their salary.
Yes.
So he specialized in that thing. So uzongena ku firm and then he'll say to get up and do a presentation. Now understand with this guy, what he's doing is he still has to convince these people to sign policies. We only get paid on commission. So do you understand by me getting up and making a mess of a presentation, how much he's losing?
Yo.
But he still said, no, get up and do presentations.
Yo.
So every time I'm messing up, he has to come and fix, and make people now come and sign. And even then, like he will say, okay, I signed 10 policies. Out of the 10, I'll take 7, you take 3. But really, I'm not really doing much, but it's trying to build my confidence.
Yes.
Until I find myself making 30,000 rands a month. I'm like, yo. It's like, what's going on here? But now he's grilling me. Like, I'm doing presentations, and he's like, Oshwil. Yes, they didn't sign, but did you die?
So would you say that Jacob was like a turning point to your self-esteem, or maybe to discovering who you can become?
Definitely. Because, dude, I feel like I owe the guy everything. Yeah, because with him, then because a year later, then he decides, no, he's leaving AFPOP. And then I think 6 months later, I decided I'm also leaving AFPOP. But the way he was drilling me now gave me confidence to walk into boardrooms and do presentations. It gave me confidence to talk to people and not be afraid of people. I started getting tenders for trucks. I started being passionate about following amadili. Satoli tending kulu nje shift I went from MRDP to Mkuku to MRDP. So my life started to change from there. I actually made like close to $1 million before the age of 23, 24. So I can say I was a millionaire by that age. But I was still young, very reckless. I was trying to open up a KB hole. I remember there was, being young and reckless. You go in with a chick you don't know, more fully KB hole, about 20,000. Because you wake up in the morning, imagine you've got 20 trucks. Each truck is giving you about $1,000 a day.
Yo, so that's 20,000 every day.
Your job is to just wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20 trucks on the 20,000. Count that coming every day for 15 days. How much money you are making. Then we got another 10. I remember when we moved, I had a house in Pretoria. Literally sliding door, there's a huge swimming pool. I don't even care what anything. Like really, I'm living the life.
Yeah, the life of a 20-something-year-old.
Maria, pera fast the life there, bro. Now the tendering world is interesting. The World Cup was coming. This guy approaches us. This guy that was giving us these tenders approaches us and says, no, man, guys, I no longer want you to subcontract underneath me. I want you to get your own tender. Let me introduce you to my guys. We're excited, but but this one is about to pay us. So when he pays us, we don't pay our truck. It's not our trucks. You see, so it's basically other people's trucks. We are the middlemen. He's another middleman. Then there's the contract. So with this money that he gives us, we look at each other with, his name is Temba, but he's gone now. And he says to me, no, man, let's not pay them. We're going to do this thing again in 2 weeks. We'll pay them from the 2 weeks money. Take that whole money and we give it to these guys. But I think Nkulunkulu closes this door. So the guy that we got a tender from now is being investigated for bribing for his country.
Hey, son.
So his workload stops. So now we're no longer working here. Nangapha basinokile half a million. Angazi basinokile or now, but they are part of the people that are being investigated. So now we don't have work and we owe people $500,000. Over $500,000. My go back home, people are knocking at my door, my parents' door. Bafuna le mali le. Isikoloto asinayo vele. Then because of this tendering thing, or another guy talks to my dad, man, why don't you do a security company? Again, the skill that I learned in boardroom. Now I can walk into boardrooms more confidently. I'm talking about, yes, we can do this as security. Wara. And the time of this guy, we get the deal. Now we've got securities all over these toll gates. Every freeway you can think about the securities.
You are back again, yeah.
Back in the game. You understand? But this is like a year late, maybe a year or two late. Sidlalele game. But again, we're not qualified for what we are doing. We're still small boys.
Yes.
So, hey, remember, Joe, I don't know if I should say this on a podcast.
Yes. Say it. If it's too much, we'll cut it for you.
I remember, Joe, now there's a time where they say, hey, now they want all our guards to have firearms.
Yes.
And now to have a firearm is problematic because the rules for a security company to have a firearm is the safe must be at the office. And the guard must come to the office. To get the firearm.
So
and
compliance issues and stuff.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking toll gate, you've got one here, two people here, then it's a distance. So it doesn't make sense to be opening all different offices. Lerato being Lerato goes, you know when these pellet guns that look real start coming into fashion, they were still new. I'm like, this thing looks like a gun. That's why this thing. So I think I'm a gun now. I served for about 6 months. Up until we lost the contract, they never knew that these things are fake guns.
At least. You're forced. So then, tell me, because I know your story goes to a point where, you basically lose everything.
Yes.
And you tell that story. Number one, what causes you to lose everything? And when you've lost everything, how are you feeling at this point? Because I know with a lot of people, part of the problem, because you get into this thing, we work hard to make money, but there's again a psychological block that happens in our minds when we always think about, I used to have all of these things, and now I have nothing. What causes that, and what's happening in your mind in this season? That's
a strong question. What made us lose everything is being complacent, stopping to grow. When you think I've got this customer and whatever you're making from them, you are happy. So when they decided to pull the plug and say, no, we no longer require your services, then you have to start from scratch. So we didn't grow as a company.
You're not building new networks.
We weren't even working, So that was when everything started to go down. But luckily enough, when I was doing that thing, I was also starting to like I'm a local for us. I think I could see it coming. No, this is gonna happen. But still, when you're used to making that kind of cash, and I'm at for me it was the worst thing I could ever have done. When you look at the investment thrown into it. So now I'm in a back room. But I remember at some point when things were really bad, all my cars are broken down, and but I'm trying to fix these cars to come back into the game. But I don't know why I never had this thing of this is the end. Instead, what was always going in my mind is, God, this cannot be why you've created me. I was not born to live this type of a life. So even when I was down and out, that fighting spirit became stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And luckily enough, then my sister came and took me from Romania. And that was another person that I can say played a huge part, because then she reminded me what the world could offer. You know, because then she had a place in Zimbabwe, and the first time she took me there, my conversation with myself was, if other people can afford this thing, if other people can live this kind of a life, why can't I live this life? And I made a promise to myself that I am going to have a place here. You see here, this is where I'm going to have a place. I remember when we went, all of us as a family. Now, at this point, I'm the black sheep of the family because of all the decisions I've made. I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. So, ending, I'm the black sheep. My younger brother, we're going to this beautiful house in Zimbabwe. Bonke banama room. My mother, my younger brother, and my sister. Mina bangalise sofa.
Ukhatha umnyango lapho.
Mina ngikhatha umnyango yabona. Lento lengiphatheka ukuthi why mina ngilale esofeni?
Mina ngimdala.
Yeah, mina ngimdala. Why bangilalise esofeni? But again, it put that fire in me to say no. I'm going to own here. Here's the place. You see, as I'm sleeping on the sofa, this is going to be my playground.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to be living here. You know, and again, that put that fire in me. Then we got into network marketing. I'd always loved network marketing from a distance. You know, even when I started network marketing, I can't say I was conscious of saying I'm playing the long game.
Yes.
But I was actually playing the long game. And I always thank God because he made sure that he put us into the right environment. You know, that's how I met you, you know. But my sister, because of her, who she is, the fact that she's a CA, when she joined, she'd make sure that she joins at the top level, which is something else that she showed us. But always try to play the game at the top level. And because of that, those top networkers would be using her to say, if a CA at this caliber can do network marketing, who are you not to do network marketing? But because of I met my first mentor in network marketing. And I witnessed her make so much money, like 60 million rands in 2 years. And for me, that was like, mangimpega. But now check out the shift. Now when I look at it, I'm like, but what's so special about this person compared to the Lerato high school? So all of these things that have been happening to me have been building me and building my confidence. From someone who had no confidence now to someone that can look at someone who's making 60 million. And you say to yourself, but what makes this person so special? I can do what she's doing. And then she leaves. Then you know how networkers we are. When the top one leaves, we want to follow. She did a thing, it failed. From there, we joined another network company with you again. And even there, you know, when we saw someone make crazy 5 houses in 1 year during COVID. We are not special. What your story about that thing?
Essential services.
Essential services. And I'm like, no ways. So when we were told about this opportunity, I remember saying to myself, here's where I'm going to make millions. And I think for me, that's the biggest thing to say. If you don't believe in yourself, who do you expect to believe in you? Yes, I can say Jacob believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. But for serious growth, for that next level of wealth, you have to have the confidence and belief in yourself that I am going to do this thing. No matter what challenges come, I'm going to do this thing.
So how much personal development do you believe people really needs to? You spoke about reading books and how Rich Dad Poor Dad basically put in your mind. I mean, that book talks about so many things, you know, but the one thing that you came out with is that I need to learn how to sell, you know, and obviously all of those things are things that led you to all of these different experiences. How much do you believe that personal development contributes to your final outcome, you know, in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve?
Personal development is key, man. It's basically the foundation of growth. It's your own personal development. You know, I think a lot of education is always from the outside in. Now, personal development, now you are the one that's actually choosing what is going into you. So the more you understand what you want to accomplish, the more you want to understand. And personal development now is easier than before because of all of this information that is out there. But now you've got to filter what comes into you.
For sure.
And what you are going to use. So I find that a lot of leaders that I'm working with now, I'm privileged to work with now, are even pushing me to even work on my own personal development even more. You know, if you are the only one that's at the top of your game, you may lose what is important. But if you've got a lot of people that are even better than you, they force you as well to grow even at a much faster pace. But to answer your question, man, for me, personal development is the foundation for anything that you're going to be doing.
And now, you've built your business in a very short space of time. I mean, it's been about 5 years now. You're the highest paid person in your organization, and not just in South Africa, but in the whole continent, number one highest paid. Did you, listening to your story from how things started, and how, you've been making money, and you've been learning different things. Like you said, the other business died because of being complacent. Do you think that by now, being at the level that you're in right now, do you think that you have taken in enough strength, and enough lessons, to actually build, even more? Or do you feel like, most of the things that you experienced are just experiences? I don't know how to phrase this thing. I'm just trying to figure out, do you see everything being like a preparation for the next thing, yeah, that's my question.
Definitely.
Are you always connecting these dots, or is it something that you see maybe when the next problem comes? Which actually, I used to struggle with this thing. I now no longer struggle because of maybe this experience. Are you able to connect experiences to the things or to the growth that you are, that you are witnessing in your life?
Definitely, and I think I used to do it more back then than I do it now. I think there was a time when I was, one of the things that really gave me a breakthrough was starting to journal everything. My feelings, when you don't really have someone to talk to. So I used to take out my frustration, but that gave me so much growth, because as I'm writing these things down, I'm starting to understand and see what links where and how. But obviously, even now, whenever people come into the business, I always tell them the worst mistake you could do, yes, we can show you what we're doing, we can show you what works, but there's a huge element of your past experiences. And we see it all the time, that the people there's people that are prepared for this business.
Yeah.
As they're coming into this thing, it's like seamless, like they were made for this thing, but not necessarily they've been prepared for this thing in their journey that they walked. So even with myself, every single time I'm doing something, I'm realizing that this thing is preparing me. And I always ask myself, what is this thing preparing me for? What opportunities are there out there? And the more you do these things, and the more you realize the world has got so much abundance. We are the ones that are limiting ourselves. In fact, I always say we are limiting God, especially if you're a believer.
Yes. That's who you are limiting.
You are limiting Him. Someone will say, there was times I always talk to pastors and I say, I want to show you how to make $1 million a month, and you can see this pastor's face change. Let us scare me something lamb.
Yes.
Because of the fact I'm saying $1 million, but once you got 30,000, I was language. I understand that.
What they think is possible. So, as a network marketer and as a leader in network marketing, what kind of a downline or what kind of a business partner do you want? What are the things that you look for, when it comes to your ideal customer or ideal business partner?
Yay, matona mbuze into manje.
Oh yeah, I mean, khona abantu bafuna ukukhutha uteka inkwasho. Uteka inkwasho or what are the things? Yeah, what are the things that are important? Obviously, abantu abafani. Sometimes you can recruit someone and they are workaholics.
Yes.
But you find that maybe they're not ethical in how they do things.
Yes.
Or maybe it doesn't matter to you as long as you're making the money. What are the things that for you are like, what, I can't work with a person like this? What are the things that you value in the leaders that you then are recruiting to be part of your network marketing business?
First of all, I think I am looking for leaders. And a leader for me is someone, I always used to look at leaders as like a leader of, he's got followers. But I've also realized that those people can be problematic, and rightfully so, because these people have built their thing. So now they can see sometimes that you are trying to jump on to what they've built.
Yes, you're also using them.
I'm also using them, you know.
Yes.
But now I've also learned that there's power in leading someone who can lead themselves. It can be just one individual, but they can lead themselves. You know, someone who's disciplined, someone who knows what they want, someone who's a visionary, someone that is not looking at their situation right now, but sees the possibilities of what can happen. When they see the opportunity, someone that sees opportunities.
Yes.
You know?
And now, when it comes to, you know, because there's two different types of people. You know, there's people who are looking for leaders that are already developed. When I say that, I mean like, you know, already, you know, they're busy doing something they're doing somewhere else. And, you know, they are always headhunting those leaders to put them into the organization. And there's leaders who are ready to build a leader from scratch, who doesn't know anything about network marketing and build them step by step. Which one, in your view, is a better strategy? If you are building your own business, do you prefer the one who's already developed as a network marketer, seasoned network marketer, or do you prefer, you know, dealing or training people from the bottom to a point where now they become, you know, at the level that other leaders are at?
I've always wanted the ones that are developed, but as this business, and I think it also depends on what you are doing. You know, I think we are privileged to have a network marketing company that rewards us so well that we're making a lot of money even though we are patient, even though we are developing people. And I've always known that I also want to be that network marketer that other people are chasing.
Yes.
So if I keep on chasing these people that have already developed, when am I going to develop myself? You know, so I do like the starting someone from the bottom.
Yes.
As long as they meet the criteria, they are willing, they are leaders in their own rights, you know. Then
Yes.
I don't feel like I'm carrying them.
Yeah.
They're just those people that are looking for the opportunity, but they are ready for this opportunity.
Yes.
But I love developing people from scratch.
Yes.
And building my own community.
Right.
And my own culture.
And now we're going to get into products and things like that. I think one of my last questions is, you know, life without money. I don't know if you told them that you used to ask for money for bread from umamako. Yeah, uhlale kini, ulale embedeni, 3/4 bed. Yeah, that's the benefit, you know. So yeah, I know that much. Yeah, but ngechini yakhe balekile. Mangiyibona lechini le.
Yeah, Monday to Monday.
Monday to Monday. I should we keep. Yeah, well, so you know life at that level. But right now you're living life in, you know, opulence. I mean, even people with money are ready to give you their time because they can see that, you know, you've built your life. And obviously to build to that level that you've built is not a simple thing to do. That's why obviously, you know, you have so many people's attention. My question is, when you're looking at life as it is right now, I believe that both spectrums have the good and the bad. Nangapa, there's the good and the bad. What would you say, you know, are the trickiest things that you're experiencing as a person who can afford things? What are the hardships you have to deal with that a person who doesn't have money maybe doesn't understand, that actually this thing is a very difficult thing that I have to deal with as a person with money?
I don't use the word very difficult because, you know, not having money is tricky. You know, you're touching a very point with, there was a point where I had to move back. Nyakumbola manje, I'm coming back home. When I said my sister came to pick me up from the room, manje, you must understand I've got my furniture. I'm taking bed or comfortable. And I just asked my dad a simple thing: can I move my old 3/4 bed that I've been sleeping in my whole life in the mattress? So imagine
Yeah.
And my dad says no. You know, but again, there was also a learning experience to see. He was basically saying, "Oh, I'll be comfortable."
Yes.
Now I yeah, but and also again when my brother passed away, and we townhouse, 2 townhouses available. And I get nothing. My brother gets 1 townhouse, they sell the other one. I mean, I'm thinking, why don't I get the other one?
Yes.
But they sell that other one. You know, but you see that thing is there's danger in being reliant on somebody else. You know, even if you're employed, there's danger in working for somebody else's vision. And I know we used to talk about this thing in your music. With, hey, this person can decide when to play, not to play.
Yes.
Because it's their vision.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So for me, I don't ever want to find myself in that position where someone can dictate my life.
Yes.
You know, at the time, mangela late, mama seka phumile ayothengisa. Hey, to be a problem with quality time imali esingo, because we fight about just imali esingo so that I could eat. So imagine finding yourself in that position. You're in somebody's what's the word I'm looking for? Control. If you're not there, I'm telling you, because that means I will.
Makajabulile then we.
Makajabulile or mhlambe nomthola lambile that day you're gonna eat.
Uzodla ngoba yena ulambile.
Imagine on the other spectrum of having money, I would never discourage anyone. You know, I think as black people, we've been meant to think that money is evil or there's problem with guys. Money is nice. There's nice to have money.
Yeah.
You know, I always say to myself, even if I was to lose it again, but for me to experience this in my lifetime is something I will never, ever, ever. I wish everyone could experience. You know? But obviously, there are those times where you're going to be reckless about money. Now you need to start thinking differently. You need to start having another set of advisors, people that have walked the journey before you to advise you what to do with this money. Yeah. Because every week, before
back to the tracks. Yes. Yeah.
You know, taking motor. Let me tell them about your story. So, Umadona played a huge part in this business, esiyenzayo. So, uletha abanye abantu into the business. I gave one a cell phone. I gave the other one an iPad. Manje umaduna uyangidribblisha manje siyaphuza. We are drinking at our friend's place. Uza kimi uthi, hey, unike lo lena. Mina unginika. And I was in my mind bengiyomthengela ifurniture 100,000 ngoba indlu yakhe vele yahawula inanika.
Hayi wena. I'm late.
Qashile. Ngiyomthengela ifurniture 100,000. And this guy says, "Ngifuna iTiguan, guys. But I think cars and money, can I understand money? Me, I love cars. Me and cars, we are friends. So there's this Tiguan that I really like, and this guy wants it. Maduna wants it. And my young dream that no, but I understand what he has done for me to be where I am today. And I think, no, man, but I need to thank this person. But what he's asking for is not too much, but it's too much because it's the Tiguan. Yeah, but. And man, I'm going with this BMW.
Our friends, Dr. Maswiti. Think about this, my friends. This is my new ride. Can you believe it? How much did I pay for it? Nothing. I'll chamin kaile moto, my friends. I'll chamin kaile moto, my friends. I'll chamin Lerato kaile moto. I share Lerato. How's
that BMW, bro?
That's very nice.
Hey, I love that car. My wife loves that car. It was my wife's favorite car, by the way. Ngipayeng ngaphandle. And umaduna uthi kimi, hey, mina ngithi umaduna no. Ungayithatha, ngakunika imoto mara ngizokunika iBMW.
Yes.
Mana BM ngiyayithanda blind, but ngizokunika le BMW. We go outside, say, bona le moto. He was with the wife. My wife is not there. Me, I'm going to tell my wife, baby, the BMW is gone.
It's no longer here, yes.
Yeah. I give me the BMW. 2 days or 3 days later, I get the Mercedes-Benz AMG. But what I didn't realize is, in a year, how many cars I had bought. In 1 year. I only realized like 2 weeks later, in 1 year, I've actually bought 6 cars.
Oh.
You see now, money is a different thing.
Yeah.
With money, I had so much money that I bought 6 cars without realizing that I've actually bought 6 cars.
Man. So that's why I ufuna ukuyentertain indaba yama disadvantages.
No, angifuni ukuthi umuntu akumtshela ukuthi hey imali yaphethe hey bafowethu vukani phande. But I think also the other thing is that I've learned about business is the importance of keeping your head down and doing what needs to be done each and every single day. Because when you do that, the day you lift your head up, you're going to wake up and say, how the hell did I get
all
here?
of these things? Yeah.
You understand? But now if you're going to be focusing on the cars and everything else, then you're going to feel like this thing is going too slow.
Yes, yes.
And I'm also learning now the importance of living off the overflow.
Yes.
I know you're a scriptural man about overflow and abundance.
I don't know, my brother. Ask ChatGPT.
But I think one of the biggest things I've learned about this thing is the power of overflow. Too many times we're trying to sip the cup from the cup too early. We should wait until there's too much. It's starting to spill out. And when it's starting to spill out, that's when you're supposed to start blessing people, living a lavish lifestyle. Because now it's abundance, it's overflow. You can't contain it any longer.
No, I hear you.
And that's what a lot of people must start to learn, even myself, to say now when I'm doing something, this must be coming from a
place of abundance.
The M3. I feel like tomorrow to be like I haven't even touched anything in my bank account because and I sort of was there. You can spend 200,000 this week, more next week. Like it never left, you know. But I think now where I am, that thing is changing. It. What exactly is my overflow now? For sure.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think the conversation is very beneficial, very valuable to the people that are listening, also to myself. Now I want us to talk a little bit about these products, that we're selling. You've been in this business now for 5 years. You've got your own personal testimonies. You have shared these products with so many different people. I think, number one, I just want you to give me one story or one highlight that comes to mind when it comes to, to these products. This is the one story, that you can't forget, every time you think about the work we are doing in selling these products.
I think the one for me, time alarm. Because when you're serving somebody outside, you only hear the beginning and the end. And this is my testimony. But with my dad, I literally was walking the journey with him. I think that's what also made me so easy for me to forgive him because I could understand the amount of depression he must have been going through. So long story short, we were at the highest level. He had a medical aid, and even when he lost his medical aid, my sister made sure that he can go to private hospitals. And he was going in and out of these private hospitals. I don't think there's a private hospital like Hotel. Until Bono died, this thing we're not winning in this thing. And then my sister, through her contacts, Bamchel about this Chinese doctor. And this Chinese doctor now does things differently. Nutrition. His thing is nutrition. He doesn't believe in Western things. So Misa Lapaya. And Misa Lapaya, you must remember, I was still the broke Lerato Sennelo. I wasn't really making money. So no one really listened to me or cared what I think. Yeah, so we get to this Chinese doctor. My younger brother, we're literally escorting him into this thing. But I can't forget how I used to see my dad. He's basically saying, why are you not taking me? I can't do anything for myself. I'm wearing a nappy. Imagine at that age, now you have to wear a nappy. How you know that thing is. So when you take him to this doctor analyzes him, I don't know what that machine does. Comes back after 30 minutes or so, he says, no, I can help your father. But he has to leave medication. Now, with us, we don't say that thing. We don't endorse it at all. And Manju Kumbule, Donna Model C, my sister Model, all of us, Model C, medical aid, we grew that type of lifestyle. So this is not good. If he leaves medication, I think this is the question we all had in our minds. Are we going to be able to live with that decision that we made? But then after a while, we decided, it's not choice. Because there's nothing we haven't tried. Let's give this thing a shot. My dad has to drink his own wee. not fast thinking, but that's the more I think about, especially in this business, I realize how desperate sick people can get. And how you must never take life for granted.
Now,
sweet.
Okay. No, so correct.
Yeah. So, but after I can't remember, but sugar was so bad that you could literally see his cheekbones. He had lost so much weight. Understand? And all these doctors basically saying is he'd give him certain vegetables, no fruits, no meat, no milk. But lama vegetables are sour pig. We literally put them in a blender and our pose. And in a short time, we started to see results. And that's when the switch started to happen. Okay, there is another form. But manje, COVID, my shy, that was a problem. Because now this doctor is saying, I can't keep on seeing you as my patient. Because if I get COVID, all of you as my patients, and all of you are very frail patients.
Yes.
So now, ubaba manje akasathatha medication. But now he does not have the discipline to eat the way he's supposed to eat. And no mama ngapha yena usitshela ukuthi anyeke inyama nyayidli inyama. So very mina ngikhuli mina ngangifaka lokufana. So he starts to eating the wrong food very soon and back to being sick again. Even worse because I got a medication. But now because we've seen this type of lifestyle, sesicala ukufuna ama supplements that can mimic ama vegetable and give him those nutrients that he need. We tried another company, we could see him improving. When this thing came, my sister, but a father and a daughter's love was very diligent. I'm sweet. Within 3 months, man, you couldn't detect the sugar. He really time alarm not towards the end, but when he was really sick, it got so bad that we had started this family tradition which is siyahamba on each of our birthdays. Say go restaurant or Zimbali or whatever, but we go out and celebrate. But it got so bad that we were forced to always celebrate endlini, so that just so he could be part. Even if we went ulele so offend the whole day. He can't move. He can't come. If we're outside, he can't come outside. But I remember after 3 months of us giving him these supplements, we are going to the house to celebrate my younger brother's. It was March, celebrate his birthday. We are expecting, I'm expecting mangena ngizoya ngiyomthola esofeni ngiyombulisa yabona kanti uye manje uzivule lo mnyango. Something I haven't seen for a very long time. He's the one that's now opening the door for us, greeting us. It was the first time I saw my dad start washing dishes. Not because of because I think he's just so happy that he can actually do something. I try to walk around the house, walk outside, some massage. Until the day he died, they couldn't detect sugar in his body.
Sure.
So for me, that was the first strong thing that stood out for me. Yeah.
Among nutrition, I think it just goes to prove the power nutrition, and before Svala, I do also want you to take us through some of abanye abantu. You see now we got in depth, what this business and what these supplements are doing did for you personally and your family. I'm not even gonna get your own personal
story.
Yeah, to your own story. I don't know if it's a mistake or not, because I think we might need to hear this testimony, But maybe let me get into your testimony. But the question I'm asking now, before your testimony, I just need, I've found that every time we are talking to Abantu, started like we were there, we heard Mr. Swaziland this past weekend. They told us about a child who had a problem with epilepsy, and we said no, we would love for them to take our products, and we both committed to giving this stranger Amasweet because we were pushed by the problem that they are having, to say no, just so that they can use these products. And we are not saying whatever it is that they had said, but we're giving them this product because we believe that this can support them in that condition.
Yes.
So I wanted us to maybe I wanted you to maybe tell me about a situation. Maybe I know that you've been giving these products to a lot of people, but a story of a random person that you gave these products or sold these products, but you saw a need that they had, and you were like, you know what, I really am invested in this person's recovery. Do you have a person like that you've given these products to?
I think because our business is a people's business, you know. So with bank, usnikele testimonial, but Mom Shai. So how I got her, she actually blew my mind the first day I saw her. She got up, she started to speak, and she was that leader. Hey, this is a person I want to talk to. I want to work with. And I remember, straight after the presentation, I drove to her house, and I pitched to her, like I did my own presentation to her, because I really wanted her in the business. And then some months later, they were taking Salama Sweetie, but she can't afford them. And she's in serious pain. Arthritis manje, I'm telling you, the operation or something, I can't remember. My time I'm shy. Tata box, SLD, STP, it's on me. You know, and only then I start to understand how bad this thing was. It's a problem. You know, like this thing was bad. Like she was living in pain basically 24/7 from the bones. From the bone health. And I remember ngihamba nayo manje sesihamba sithi la testimony yakhe. Even now when she's doing these things, bengibona ku TikTok, uyajive.
Yes.
Put our product, uyajive. And I call her and I say, yo, Mom Shai, you know. And I'm encouraging her to say, no, share your testimonies. Tell people that there was a time where you couldn't even move your legs the way you're moving. And it's because of these products that at your age, you are able to literally ujive and feel no pain. You know, it's important that people hear this thing.
Yeah.
What you are about to go and get an operation from a government hospital, bazoyenza into right now, or am I gonna regret what I'm about to do? But just by eating 2 of these products, SLD full box, STP full box, even till today, was I say right. So that one for me sticks out. But there's a lot of these things. We could go for hours on this thing if we go that far.
No, it's fine. Yeah, we're not going to go that far. But I think this is where we're going to end today's episode. Very valuable. But before Sivala, what advice could you give to anyone who's sitting there wondering whether product or business? It's up to you whether you can answer both of them, you know. But what advice could you give to someone who's sitting there, maybe, you know, they're looking for an opportunity, but they're not sure, you know, what to do? You know, what advice could you give them? Or maybe naloko la mhlambe or dala bona lama sweet, you know, and agazi ukuthi awazami, you know, is there anything to lose by trying this business or these products?
It's another one. I think with the products, I want to say to people, it's easy for people to understand that technology changes. You know, it's easy for people to understand what is a Puma, or the new cell phone is going to come out, or technology is moving so fast.
Yeah.
But it's hard for people to think even medication or supplements are evolving just as quickly.
Yes.
I think once you start looking at it from that point of view, that everything else is moving at such a fast pace. And we must also realize that there's a lot of things that have been hidden from us, not just about nutrition, but just life in general.
Yes.
Where people have been pushing their own agendas. And there's, you know, the way we are right now, we've done so much work that we can say to you, go and do your research. If you don't believe what we are saying is true, go and do your research.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, my biggest thing is I don't think you regret trying our supplements. You know, and for the person that's looking for an opportunity, you know, what I can say is, when I was down and out in Wilendlini, feeling out of place in my own parents' home, I prayed for the longest time. 6 months, I was praying. But I was praying for something specific. I was praying to say, God, I want the business that's going to give me R1 million a month. I don't care what I'm going to say, but I want a business that's going to give me R1 million a month. So what I will say to somebody is, if you're going to enter something, do it with all your heart. You know, I'm not going to advocate for anyone to join our business because we also don't want people that are going to come in here but they're not sure. You know, we find that people that are making money here, people that are coming in and they're not holding back.
Yeah.
You know, but if in your corner, especially if you're watching this podcast or you're watching us on social media, wherever, there's that voice in you that says, I need to do this thing. Do it.
Yeah.
You know, because there was a lot of times when I was praying. Now remember, I'm coming from a tendering world. I was basically asking God for another tender, another business.
Yes.
Wings of 6 to 7 and 20,000. That's what I was praying for. But he was saying, no, this is your business. I'm like, no, God.
I don't want that one.
Yeah, you know, but I'm glad that I trusted God because in this business now, there's no bribing. I'm actually changing people's lives each and every single day. You know, so if there's that voice and you can feel it from the bottom of deep down with you, something number one has got to change. And that same voice is saying, give this opportunity a try. Then listen to that thing.
For sure. No, Siyabonga. Thank you very much. I think it take away lana ukuthi if so khathele yile nto zenzayo ozobuka naye any opportunity, here's something else that can change your life. So guys, I hope that episode was very insightful and you know, inspirational to a lot of people that are watching this thing. So we're back. So even the next episode is going to also be very exciting. But before you leave this episode, please just like the page. After liking the page, please subscribe. You know, make sure you know, you follow everything that we're posting, and we promise we will keep the interviews coming. Thank you very much. Dr. Maswiti, over and out. Nazo.